Hello and welcome to the Google Hangout for LED modules. My name is Stephanie Pruitt. I'm a research analyst for Strategies Unlimited, and I've just published the first edition of the worldwide market for LED modules. And today what I'm going to be doing is just taking you through some of the key findings from the report. So it's the first edition of the report and a brand new area that we're covering. And the reason we decided to research LED modules is that they've really become important recently, as LED lighting continues to be adopted, and this is another way for people to enter the market. So just a little outline of the discussion today. I'm going to take you through our definition of LED module, tell you about the applications and regions that the report looks at, and then I'm going to share with you some actual slides and data from the report, looking at the total market by sector, explain to you the method of the analysis, and then look at lighting specifically and look at the background state of the lighting of the LED lighting market, and then go into the LED module market in different lighting end applications. So one thing I'd just like to clarify is our definition of LED modules. So when I'm talking about an LED module, I'm talking about packaged LEDs soldered onto a printed circuit board or a PCB. And I included modules with different levels of integration, so heat sinks, optics, housings, but with no driver electronics on board. So if it has the driver integrated on board, then we would call this a light engine, and light engines, they're not included in this report. And so the applications that this report looks at, it first splits the market by lighting and then backlighting. And also then it goes into lighting in more detail and splits lighting by 5 different regions, so North America, Europe, China, Japan, and rest of the world. And then it splits lighting into different end applications, so looking at troffers, downlights, spotlights, area lights, street lights, tube lamps, and then other retrofit lamps. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share with you some slides from the report. And this first slide is the total LED module market by sector. So this is revenues, and it's split by lighting and backlighting. And so, as you can see, backlighting was the major sector in 2013 and really until about 2018 when lighting will surpass it. And one of the main reasons that backlighting is so large, almost 7.5 billion in 2013, is the penetration of products that use LED modules is very high, and some applications were already at 100%. And so just to kind of give you an explanation of the method of analysis that was used in coming up with these numbers. So we built the market in really 2 ways. So looking at it from the bottoms up, so data gathered by interviewing manufacturers on their LED module revenue and sales approach. And then from the top down, so detailed models looking at total shipments on the end application, so on the backlighting side, looking at shipments of TVs, notebooks, monitors, tablets, phones, video walls, and then on the lighting side, looking at LED lamps and LED luminaires. And then using the penetration of these that use LED modules, of course accounting for different levels of integration, and then comparing that with the LED revenue per device. And so this was used to build up this total market figure. So backlighting, I only showed just a global backlighting number, and for lighting we split it, like I mentioned, by the different regions and the applications I mentioned. So now I'm going to discuss with you a little bit more about the lighting side of the market. And so, really, the incandescent phase-out had a lot to do with the LED lighting market and the adoption of alternative light sources and therefore LED modules. And this table below just it gives a timetable of the phase-out schedule for different countries. And the report was built up very regionally, and that's because of these different phase-out schedules, different government initiatives and incentives, and different light preferences. So it's really important to us that we build up the market regionally. And just one other thing I'd like to mention is Zaga. Zaga is a consortium of manufacturers, and it was formed to help further expedite the acceptance of LED lighting. And what they do is they set standard specifications for physical dimensions, mechanical, thermal, and optical interfaces for LED modules and LED light engines. And what this does is it enables luminaire manufacturers to use components from diverse LED module and light engine manufacturers. And so now what I'd like to show you is the kind of the current state of the LED lighting market that we see. So this is the LED luminaire shipments. That's the first table, the LED luminaire shipments by geographic region. And the bottom table is the LED lamp shipments by geographic region. And this was used as a basis for the LED module model. And so, again, just to reiterate, this is kind of an aggregate of the data into the different regions. This is also split by the different sectors within lighting, so looking at commercial troffers, industrial, outdoor streetlights. So it was all built up and using these LED lamp and luminaire shipments. And so once we had these LED lamp and luminaire shipments, then we look at the penetration of LED modules into the different end applications, into the different lamp and luminaire shipments. So as you can see, downlights have the highest penetration rate throughout the forecast, and that's really, one reason is due to their ease of use. And we do anticipate that it will grow, but the growth will start to slow as socket saturation takes place. You can see tube lamps, they have a higher penetration compared to other retrofit lamps. And that's one reason is because these products can be standardized due to their uniform sizes globally, which makes them easier to produce. And so once we look at the total number of shipments of lamps and luminaires and the penetration of modules, then we come up with our LED module market in lighting by end application. So the graph on the left shows the revenue forecast by end application, and on the right is the unit shipment forecast for modules by these different end applications. So again, as you can see, downlights, because they have the highest penetration, we do anticipate that globally they will see the highest unit shipments, and in terms of revenues, they will also lead until about 2016, 2017, when troffers will take over in revenue terms. And even though troffers currently only have about a 23% penetration in 2013, the fact that there are often multiple LED modules within a troffer, and so that helps to contribute to their high revenue growth. And also, LED troffers are a lot more expensive than LED downlights. Another reason has to do with the troffer installed base. And in terms of both LED and fluorescent troffers, there's a very large installed base. And so this contributes to the shipments and revenues for modules in troffers. As well as the tube lamps, troffers can also be standardized into certain specifications. So a 2x2, a 2x4, these are pretty common globally. And like I mentioned, again, downlights, they have a more simplistic form factor, and we also anticipate that as the modules continue to be adopted, that there will be more integration that will happen within these. And so, like I mentioned, this data is shown in the report by these different end applications for each region. So it's done very regionally. So, for instance, Japan has a much higher downlight penetration than some of the other regions. Same with North America as well. And so those are the slides that I wanted to share with you, the data from the report. And just like to, in kind of a conclusion, just to reiterate a little bit that, Backlighting will remain the largest sector until 2018 due to the higher penetration in the end applications and also the supply chain agreements and connections there. LED modules and lighting, they'll continue to be done more on a custom basis right now, but it is anticipated that as more standards come into place and LED adoption continues to grow, that we'll see this growth in the LED module market for lighting. Like I mentioned again, we expect more integration to happen with the module, so they would have more things on board other than just the LED, so like the optics or the thermal management. And again, just downlights, the largest lighting market, but troffers and streetlights as well, they will they're fast growing as well. So some questions that I've had has been to how do you determine the price of the LED module? And so the way that I did this was not only speaking to manufacturers, but looking at the lamp and luminaire, LED lamp and luminaire shipments, as well as their ASPs by region and shape, and having an estimate for what percentage the LED module would make up of the overall lamp or luminaire. And so for indoor applications, it was around 45 to 55%, and outdoor applications, the module was around 50 to 65% of the total cost. And so that was used to determine, and like I said, we do anticipate integration to continue to happen, so I anticipate that those percentages will grow as the forecast moves on. So they'll continue to become more and more of the cost of the complete fixture. Another question that I had was about light engines and where they fit in. And as I mentioned, light engines are not included in the scope of this report, but I do estimate that they have a much smaller percentage of the lighting market than the LED modules. And one reason for this would be because currently LED luminaires are seeing much higher adoption in commercial and professional applications as opposed to residential. And it was said that in these commercial applications, companies are not using light engines as much due to safety and compatibility concerns with having the driver integrated on board. Whereas in the residential sector, price is more of an issue, and I believe having the driver integrated on board could actually lower the whole system cost, and so that's why there's a higher adoption within the residential sector. But because right now LED lighting is seen more in commercial, that's why they have such a smaller percentage. And so just want to say thank you for joining. I know this was just a small snippet of what the report shows and has to offer. And if you have any questions about the data that was shown or want more information on the report, feel free to email me. My email is stephaniep@penwell.com. That's STEPHANIEP@PENNWELL.com. And yeah, I welcome any questions. If you would like any more information on anything you've seen, just feel free to get in contact. And thank you for listening.